I woke up to the sound of my phone buzzing. Groggily, I reached over to check the time. 3 a.m. Who could be calling me at this hour, I thought. I answered, expecting it to be a wrong number or a prank call. Hello? I said, my voice still heavy with sleep. Is this Sarah? A voice on the other end asked. It sounded familiar, but I couldn't quite place it. Yes, who is this? I replied, sitting up in bed, suddenly wide awake. It's me, Alex. We need your help. Please, you have to come to the old cabin in the woods. It's an emergency, the voice said urgently, then hung up. I was confused. Alex was my best friend, but he had died in a car accident 2 years ago. This had to be some sick joke. But something in his voice had sounded so real, so desperate. Against my better judgment, I got dressed and grabbed my keys. The drive to the cabin was long and eerie. The road was winding and surrounded by dense forest. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. When I finally arrived, the cabin looked exactly as I remembered it from the last time Alex and I had been here together. I cautiously approached the front door, half expecting Alex to jump out and yell surprise. But the cabin was silent. I pushed open the door and stepped inside. The air was musty, and the only light came from the moon filtering in through the dusty windows. Alex, I called out, my voice echoing through the empty cabin. There was no response. I walked further into the cabin, feeling a sense of dread creeping over me. Something was not right. I made my way to the bedroom, where Alex had always slept when we came here. The door was closed. I hesitated for a moment, then pushed it open. The room was empty, except for a figure sitting in the corner. Alex, I whispered, my heart pounding in my chest. The figure didn't move. I took a step closer, then gasped in horror. It wasn't Alex. It was a mannequin dressed in Alex's clothes. A chill ran down my spine. Who had set this up? And why? I turned to leave, but the door slammed shut behind me, trapping me inside. Panic set in as I tried to open the door, but it was stuck fast. I was trapped. I turned around, looking for another way out, when I saw it. A figure standing in the shadows, watching me. It was Alex, but not the Alex I remembered. This Alex was pale and gaunt, his eyes sunken and empty. Alex, what's going on? Why are you doing this? I pleaded, tears streaming down my face. He didn't answer. Instead, he started walking towards me, his movements slow and deliberate. I backed away, my heart pounding in my chest. Stay away from me, I screamed, but he kept coming, his expression unreadable. I turned and ran, desperate to escape. I tried every door, every window, but they were all locked. I was trapped with this thing that looked like my friend. I stumbled into the living room, my breath coming in ragged gasps. I saw a photo on the mantel of Alex and me, taken the last time we had been here together. I picked it up, holding it close to my chest. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry, I sobbed, sinking to the floor. And then, in a voice that sounded like it came from everywhere and nowhere at once, Alex spoke. You shouldn't have come here, Sarah. Now you'll never leave. And with that, the lights went out, plunging me into darkness. I don't know how long I sat there, trembling and crying, but eventually I must have fallen asleep. When I woke up, it was morning, and the cabin was bathed in sunlight. I stood up slowly, still shaking from the events of the night before. I walked to the door and tried it, half expecting it to be locked. To my surprise, it swung open easily. I stepped outside, blinking in the bright light. The forest was peaceful, the only sound the gentle rustling of the leaves in the breeze. I made my way back to my car, my mind racing. Had it all been a dream? A hallucination? I didn't know and I didn't care. I just wanted to get as far away from that cabin as possible. As I drove away, I glanced in the rearview mirror, and for a brief moment, I thought I saw him. Alex, standing at the edge of the forest, watching me leave. But when I blinked, he was gone, and I was alone, left to wonder if what I had experienced was real or just a trick of the mind.